All right. Hey, welcome everybody. It is Wednesday and we're back kind of briefly because we're going to be off again
And
next
then
week.
we're off again. It's August, guys. Stuff happens.
It's August and I am very busy. Busy guy. So yeah, I thought we just this week we just talk about Star Trek Las Vegas, or I should call it STLV.
STLV, which looks amazing.
It is. It was 60th anniversary. It was a good time. It was very busy. So we'll get into that, but I think you have news. So we'll
I do have news. I have all kinds of news. We can do lots of news or little news tonight. In the news tonight, I have some numbers for all of us tonight. Hats off to Spider-Man, brand new day. It crossed $1 billion worldwide in about 6 days, the second fastest of all time, behind Avengers Endgame. Spider-Man Brand New Day is officially the biggest domestic opening ever, edging past Avengers Endgame. And the film is now coming to IMAX, bumping off the Odyssey off of some screens. So yeah, good way to go, Spidey. The Odyssey is not doing too bad itself. It's at 1.1 billion globally. While we're talking about numbers, Super Troopers 3, take a guess, Rizzo.
I don't know. I wouldn't begin to guess.
$4 million.
4 million? I didn't think it was going to be a huge box office, but it probably cost $1 billion to make.
It probably did. I should have looked that up. And by comparison, the sequel, the number 2, came in at 15 million, and the number 1 that we know and love grossed like 23 million. So
yeah. So yeah, I did get my popcorn bucket and liter of cola cup.
I am going to order a liter of cola if they.
The funniest thing is, it says on the bottom of it says it's not actually a liter. It's 32 ounces. But if you look at a liter, it's not a liter. So it says, the funny thing is, but if you look it up, a liter is like 33.2 ounces.
Okay, so it's like an ounce shy.
It's like an ounce shy. Well, I know why they did that because that's how they sell sodas.
Yes, of course.
And by ounces, we don't do it by liters. So
when
you buy the large, it's a 32 ounce. So that's why.
If I can still purchase it, I am going to buy a liter of
cola. The popcorn bucket's pretty cool. I will say that. Popcorn bucket.
All right, moving on. Yeah, so we're gonna have a great summer. We're probably gonna hit 4 billion for the summer, which is pretty good for summer blockbusters and stuff. A $580 million undersea power cable linking the UK to Ireland has been rerouted after Harry Potter fans discovered it would cut right through Dobby's grave at some beach in Wales, which is where the beloved elf character's death scene was filmed. And so the project CEO was like, who's Dobby? And then conceded defeat.
It's not a real thing. He's not really buried there.
It's been moved. The cable is now somewhere else. Roku.
This is the world we live in.
Is this the world? Speaking of this next article. Roku quietly added Fairground AI. It's a AI channel. It's an entire AI channel running AI generated slop around the clock.
I guess that's like the new addiction is AI crap.
AI is crap. The only AI that's kind of actually makes sense is China has these micro dramas. They're like little mini dramas in serials, like in tiny installments, like on TikTok and Insta and stuff like that, Reels. Those are all AI, and those are kind of fun to watch because they actually have a plot and they make sense. And the people have 5 fingers for the most part, but no. The AI on Roku is horrible. People did what people do. They found clips and put them on social media and roasted it. There's this one point where like an archer apparently fires an arrow and then the arrow like flies backward to the bow or something. Like, it's just absolutely a hot mess. Yeah. And why they thought this was a good idea, I don't know.
So I just want to answer Bill's, because don't people visit Kurt's grave? No, they visit his birthplace. He hasn't been born yet, Bill. So it says the future birthplace of Captain Kirk, which is wherever the hell it is in Iowa.
He died under he died.
Yeah, he died on another planet.
With Soren, what's his name there?
Right. Wait a minute. I can think if I think long enough, I'll remember the name of the planet. But Viridian 3.
Viridian 3.
Viridian 3 is where he died.
So we're not really visiting.
Now, if you watch the Otoy video, he was resurrected. So
there's that. is that? Where was I? So to promote its new trapped at home thriller, The Last House, Netflix built a house-shaped billboard above Sunset Boulevard, paid an actor to live in there for 3 days. Why? Why? Crowds, news crews, and at least one helicopter spent the weekend treating him like a Tamagotchi, checking to make sure he was still there and still alive. He had junk food to eat, and he was apparently released back into the wild when it was over. Okay, that's just strange. That's just strange. Tonight, guys, though, here in real world news, tonight and tomorrow night, August 12 and 13, is the peak of the 2026 Perseid meteor showers. Conditions are exceptionally favorable this time of year because it coincides with the new moon. So it's going to be very, very dark outside. The night sky will be, free of any interfering moonlight. If you can get yourself to a rural location and away from a city, you should be able to see up to 50 to 100 meteors per hour tonight. You're going to want to go out between midnight and dawn for best viewing. If I'm up, I might take a look. I don't know.
I'm not. I don't get up for that.
You're like, I'm going to bet you've been up for 7 days straight.
Yeah, I'm so jet lagged. It's not even funny.
You're like, screw the meteors. I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Scott Bakula, was he there? Was Bakula in Vegas?
He was. He was.
He has finally. He said, "There's nothing on my radar. I'm not doing any new shows, but I wouldn't say no if they offered me one."
There was a group there trying to, just like there was in the past for Star Trek Legacy or the Archer show that was pitched, which I keep forgetting the name of.
United, Star Trek United.
United, yeah, the United one, yeah. So.
And that's it. HBO is going to crank out a Superman series that'll focus on Jimmy Olsen. Whatever, that sounds great. And other than that, that's kind of all I've got. And Ewan McGregor wants to do more Obi-Wan. You go, Ewan McGregor. Ewan McGregor wisely pointed out, he's like, at the end of the Obi-Wan series, you see me walking off in the desert. And then the next thing that happens on the timeline is A New Hope. So you see me as Alec Guinness. What happened in between? He's got a point. What did happen in between? Right.
He was just a hermit, I guess, for all those years.
Yes. I don't know. It doesn't.
See, the thing is, that's true because Vader knew where he was.
And Vader knew where he was.
Yeah. So there's a lot of holes there. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Rizzo, do we have a drink for this?
No, I didn't do a drink this time because
you really are tired.
I didn't have time. I didn't have time. I had to work. I had to catch up with work.
Rizzo, lay it on us. Tell us.
Vegas. This was the 60th anniversary of obviously Star Trek, and it was a pretty big show. Major. We had William Shatner was there, like you said. Scott Bakula was there. It also was Enterprise's 25th anniversary, which kind of got overshadowed by the whole 60th thing. So that was kind of a bummer. But they did have like a party a Saturday night for Enterprise. And I did go to that, and a bunch of the stars were there. Scott, of course, wasn't. Pretty much it was the usual suspect of Dominic Keating, Connor Trinneer, Anthony Montgomery, thank you. Mike and Denise Okuda were there. A lot of the production people were there. Actually, Robert Picardo showed up for some reason. So that was kind of cool. Downsides to that was they had a live band. It was way too loud, and you couldn't hear anybody. And if I had a nitpick, what they should have done is at the beginning of the thing, after they let everybody in, they should have got up on this because there's a little stage. It's like kind of where they do like their cantina, and there's like a stage there. They should have gotten up and introduced all these people, not just the actors, but like Mike and Denise Okuda, and like Doug was supposed to go, but he had to fly. He had to go back to LA because he's working. But there was a lot of other production people. Mike and Denise were kind of pointing them out to me, but I'm like, most people wouldn't know who they are.
Wouldn't know who they were. Yeah.
Regular people. So I'm like, you guys missed a huge opportunity. So I was able, aside from the fact that I pretty much talked to Mike and Denise the whole time. I did talk to Connor Trinneer for a while. And I did, Jeffrey Combs was there. And I just, because I had to leave because I had to meet some folks who were going, I'll tell you later, but we were going out. So I kind of had to leave a little bit early, but on my way out, I did go up to Jeffrey Combs. I want to say, Shram was your best character ever, and he did shook my said thanks. So that was kind of cool. A big sponsor, Mary Beth. You would probably be interested in this because I know you were interested in this. But Magic the Gathering was a big sponsor, so they now have Star Trek. So if you were a fan of Tragic the Sadness or Sadness the Tragic, whatever was it call it? Tragic the Saddening. That's what my friend was calling.
The Saddening. Magic the Gathering. Tragic the Saddening.
Tragic the Saddening.
That's awesome.
So they were giving out. I guess there's like 4 or 5 different. I have no idea how to. I've never played this game.
Yeah.
No, and then of course the big deal was, I guess, if you were there, you got the Captain Kirk card. And Dave was collecting them all. Dave Harvey was there. So
Bill's just says the Valley of Fire. I think, Bill, that's where they filmed it, but I'm not sure. Just FYI. Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, so yeah, Bill Shatner. Did I say Bill Shatner was there? George Takei was there. One of the cool. There was a lot of Lower Decks, like almost all the Lower Decks voiceover people were there. Not
I saw a clip from their panel.
Jerry O'Connell wasn't there, but pretty much all of them were there. Other than that,
Don Wells was there. Tawny was there.
Not Don. Noel Wells. Don Wells.
Noel. Noel. No, Don. Don. Not what Don Wells. Don.
The guy that plays the security guard. They were all there.
Yeah.
Except Tawny was there. Jack Quaid was there, Quaid was there. I think they underestimated his popularity.
Because of The Boys?
Yeah, I think so. I have other complaints with creation on this one, and I won't bore you guys with it. But the way they did it was there was just his lines for autographs was insane. And a big shout out to Mickey of our Gates.
Oh, Mickey, yeah.
He was there with his parents, and they let me cut the line.
Thank you, Gates family.
Otherwise, because I was working Galileo, so it wasn't like I was just had all this time in the world. So, so I did actually get. Let's see, I got pictures. So I got him to sign. You can't really see it, but he signed it there.
There is a Tawny. Okay.
And I had Tawny already from a previous one, so I brought this photo with me.
They look so good in those uniforms too.
So I got that one. But cool. I did pay for the photo op. Reflections here.
Yeah.
So nice. I got to talk to him a little bit at the autograph line, and he was. I mean, this guy must have been running. I don't know how many hundreds of autographs he was doing, and he was just in a great mood. He was smiling. He was like, "Oh," and I said, I told him, I said, "I love the boys." And he's like, "Oh yeah, the boys are good." And I said, and I did tell him, I said, "You guys are doing the best Star Trek since Enterprise." He's like, "Well, thank you for that." He's like, but the funniest part is I said, every time I said, me and my wife watch the boys, and every season we said they can't make it any more outrageous. And I'm like, it's Hold My Beer. And he's laughing. He's like, that was intentional. The producer was like, he would think how far can I go this season? So that was intentional. So if you haven't watched the boys,
that's cool. I love hearing when someone you love is like so cool.
So he just makes really nice. He was always smiling. I never saw the guy like annoyed. Anson Mount apparently people were not happy. He was not apparently very personable. I already have his autograph and stuff, so I didn't really bother with Anson. But yeah, usual suspects were there as far as most of the TNG crew. I didn't see LeVar wasn't there. But Frakes and Spiner and Colmeany once again canceled. This is like the 3rd year in a row he's canceled after he was already on there. Yeah, so I did get from Lower Decks. I did get Tendi, Noel Wells. And I got a selfie with her too. I'll show you guys later. And then this was my faves. Good old Aaron Gray. I can't see it there. Ian Aaron Gray.
I see Aaron.
I got to sign it. Yeah. This was one of the ones I had to get.
Was she there as a celeb, or was she there working?
She was there on the Trexperts, bring their own celebrities in, and they're at the Trexperts table area.
She's a big agent. Like, she represents some of the other celebs.
She was very nice. And I told her, I said, "You were my first crush." And she said, my son says I should get a shirt that just says, I know. I hear that a lot, do you? I don't care. She's in her late 70s. She still looks great. So, while we're on my pictures, we'll just run through that. I did see Linda Park from Enterprise. I got her to sign it. Linda. Another autograph story there, but I won't bore you with that one. I had to work my way into the line. I got really good at that. Got to schmooze the staff a little bit. Yeah. And then lastly, as far as photos,
one event staff to another.
That's my Enterprise crew. That was all the ones that were there.
Nice. The whole gang.
So yeah, unfortunately the doctor wasn't there, and Jolene you'll never get. So yeah, so here's some. So I do have some cool stuff to share photo wise that are on my camera.
Yeah, let's see it.
Let me hang on.
Then I'm going to ask you about Galaxy Quest, but go ahead. Let's see the photos.
Yeah, we'll get there. So this, I got to fly first class. So this is the snack they gave.
They give you a Haagen-Dazs?
Yeah, with a real spoon. Yeah, it was nice. I do like first class. It's nice.
There was space. You can stretch your feet out. You can stretch your elbows out.
Oh yeah, it's great. It was really nice. You get a drink whenever you want. So anyway, enough of that. Oh yeah, this is Starbucks. This is awesome if you ever get these. This is a s'mores frappuccino.
Oh my god,
it was awesome. Like, and I'm not a big Starbucks fan, but that was really good. Yeah. Okay, and I did get some new ink in case anybody cares. My job.
Yes, I saw your post. Where's the barrels? I want to see the barrels.
He was. So here's the thing. I asked for the barrels, but if you can see, it's already pretty big. That's like pretty much my entire lower leg. Yeah. So he didn't think the barrels. So what I'm going to do is on the other side, actually, I'm going to have Liz draw it up. Is the 3 barrels with like a rope around it, and on each barrel, it's going to say "not with 3." On each one on each barrel, not with 3. Yeah. Can't go down with 3 barrels. Anyway,
maybe that's my new ink. The rope to, like, if you put your 2 legs together, the rope could go from one leg to the other leg.
Yeah, let's not get crazy. Okay, so this is a Factory Entertainment stuff now coming up. So this is a Cylon Raider. It's actually considered like a toy. They've already done the Viper, which they haven't. They've done a pre-sale for it. It's pretty big. I'd say it's at least over a foot across. Yeah. So it's pretty big. It's bigger than the Viper, which would make sense because the original ship was. Probably, I think, talking to the guys, this is going to come in at probably about $500. Their stuff is pretty pricey.
That looks freaking cool.
Yeah, I might have to buy that one because I bought the Viper.
Is there a little lid that goes on over the Cylons there?
That's the cockpit cover. Like it's like it was like a louvered cockpit. Yeah. So anyway, so there's the more figures. There's the Viper.
There's the Viper.
That they're gonna do. They did the Viper. They
there's
just
a Dama.
Yeah, they got all the characters there you can get as action figures.
And Twiggy.
I wish they had this shit when I was a kid.
And the female whose name is whatever her name is.
Well, it was either
Athena,
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Athena? I don't know.
I used to know all the
Anyway, there's another and they're also gonna do the 04 Battlestar Viper with those characters.
Oh, good. Because those were also very, very, very cool.
I apologize for the reflection, but they have them in these glass cases. So, and there's the large 12-inch figures they're doing as well.
Starbuck and Apollo.
That's the Starbuck from. That's Starbuck from obviously 04.
Richard Hatch, Dirk Benedict, looking okay there.
So this is the one you guys would have liked to have seen. This is the full bridge Enterprise, obviously. It's probably it's huge. It's got to be 3 feet across at least. Probably. Did 4.
I recently see that on Adam Savage's?
Yes, and it is. These pictures don't do it justice. It
lights up. It makes sound.
Freaking amazing. Not only does it light up, the view screen works. Like it'll play stuff. It's not just light up. It makes all the sounds. That's the base. So you're going to get the switches. You're going to get the comm channel. See, it shows you what the switches do. And I did ask him because I'm thinking, man, this thing's going to come in at a huge price. And he said, well, it is going to be mass produced. Like it's not going to be handmade like some of their other models. Like they have like an Enterprise E, so the Sovereign class starship, and they had it there. And I mean, it's like $16,000 it's a studio scale model, and it's like who's
Wow.
buying that? But those are handmade. These are going to be production. So he did say he's like, I want to price it where it's not completely out of the realm for a lot of people. It's not going to be cheap, but so I'm guessing it's going to be
Couple grand.
couple to $2-3 grand. I'm going to say, but it's big, so you better have space for it if you're going to buy it.
Yeah. Where do you?
It's really big. It's big. It's super cool. They're actually going to. That was one of the things. I don't know. Let's see if it. Yeah, it's just another. Oops, I gotta go back. We'll get to that. Yeah, see, they're going to do the figures too, I guess, which they weren't going to really regularly do. So you'll be able to put the crew in there. Really cool stuff. Really cool. This isn't coming out for over a year. So he said like sometime like late 2027. So, and then these, of course, you guys probably seen, these were already released for pre-order. These are Cage era phasers / lasers. Pretty pricey. They were about $800 or $900 each. So
you know what? For some reason, oh, I see. That's the handle. I'm looking at it, going, I don't know what the hell that is. But now,
yeah, there were two variants.
Yeah.
So there were two variants. One of them has this gear on the back, sort of looking thing, and then the other one,
that's what I was getting thrown by.
The other one didn't have it. So those are the two variants of the ones they used on the show.
I have no memory of Cage.
They're doing a communicator. I don't think it's any. That is Strange New Worlds, by the way. So it's not TOS. And then these are those little. These are already released. These are miniatures of. You got the big laser cannon from the Cage and the M5 computer. So they're small though. They're only like 5 inches or something like that. They're tiny. And then this is Nacelle. This is a different company. And they're making these action figures. A lot of these are available. These action figures, see, they're about $29 a piece, so they're not horribly expensive. They're pretty detailed. They're not as detailed as the X06.
They look good though.
But
the
they're pretty good.
Looks good. Is that Worf in the naval suit?
Yeah, we have Worf and Geordi in the naval suit. They got Kirk and his horse.
Jolene down front.
Yep. And then you have the guy in the middle in the white. That's from the animated series.
And what looks like Kirstie Alley. No, not Kirstie Alley.
That's
the one from Sex and the City.
Yeah, that's
what's her name?
That's her. Yeah.
Kate
yeah, look, it comes with the phasered food. Remember from Undiscovered Country when they phaser the pot and just the food with the thing is sticking out. When they showed how the alarm.
It was Kim Cattrall. That looks
Kim
like
Cattrall,
Kim Cattrall.
Yeah.
She's the only one. Kim Cattrall is the only Vulcan I've ever seen where they cut her hair and they cut it right back to, you know what I mean? So
this is like the phase 2. They already have a bunch out. That's a shitty picture. So you can see these are some of the ones that are available. You can buy. Sorry, my pictures are not great.
That's good. I can still kind of see stuff.
Yeah, so that's that. And then they have their own bridge, which is almost as big. This one will probably come in much cheaper, but they're going to sell it in sections. You see how they got it numbered? So you'll be able to buy. I don't know if it's going to be like, I don't know how they're going to sell it, but they're going to sell each wedge as a separate.
Oh, collect them all.
So you could. It's smaller and it doesn't have like it lights up and stuff, but it doesn't do nearly as much stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't have. Yeah, it's probably smaller, a little bit cheaper, so a little bit more affordable.
Plus, yeah, this one's probably much more affordable. I'm still guessing though, when you're done with all of it, I bet you're going to be within the $1,000 range.
Yeah, probably.
Be my guess.
But,
I don't know for a fact.
I mean, these are great and cool and all, but we've got the real thing up in Ticonderoga. Like,
right, that's what I said. I was talking to the Factory Entertainment guy, and I said exactly that. I'm like, well, I get to play on the full size one,
on the real one,
and he kind of laughed. He got it. He's like, am I going to play on full size one? So,
there's a line in Close Encounters of the Third Kind where he's showing him something. He goes, "Yeah, I got one just like it in my living room." Like it comes to mind all the time when people show me stuff. I'm like, I got one.
They even got the detail. They got the little Sulu scope. So these again, I don't know when this is supposed to be released. If any, I can't see the chat by the way because I'm doing the pictures, but I don't know when this is going to be released or what the price is. Yeah, you can see another angle. There's the screen. I guess it's just backlit. I don't know if it's just backlit or if it's going to be able to have like a video. To put a video screen in there isn't that difficult these days.
Especially at that size, right? Like, I mean, it seems.
Yeah, it's probably be like a 3-inch screen. I mean, with something as simple, with a simple board, you could have it rotating images. So I don't know what they're gonna do. Anyway, this this is the restaurant at the hotel. They have robots that deliver the food.
Oh my god!
I took a
is
picture.
That in the Rio or is in the?
This is actually at the Gold Coast. And they had two of these, and one was named Wally, and one was named what's the one from
Wally Eva.
number 5 there. I think it was
number 5 is alive.
I think it was just number 5. Yeah, the one of them was Wally, and I think that was. So anyway, we asked the waitress, "Is this replacing you?" And she's like, "No, it just brings the food to the table, and then she comes and puts it on the table for you." So anyway, thought that was kind of neat. So I took a picture of it.
That's adorable.
Anyway, whoops, wait a minute, what's going on here? So this is a company called Cherry Tree, and I thought these were hysterical. The cat's knocking the Enterprises off, or different. They had all different ships. I sent that to John Capes because I knew of him and his cat obsession. Would think it was funny. So I thought they sold a shit ton of those. I think they were like $150 a piece, and most of them were gone by the end of the weekend.
Damn.
This is our table. Yay, we're getting the stuff. This is our Galileo setup. Some better, a little bit better. You can see that's the vendor room. It's our friends across the street. That's Javier. Javier was at June Shatner, remember? I don't know if you ever got over there, but talked to Javier. Yeah, he was there. So there's Dave. There's our booth with our little sign doing the whole selling. We did really well. It was well worth it to pay for the little bit we did pay for the table. So we really were able to make, we sold I think two of the gold plaque signature things. I sold one of the Galileo pieces. So those were high ticket items. We sold a lot of shirts. We sold a lot of hats. So a lot of people were coming up to us and because people were starting to wear the hats, the black Galileo hats around, and we were of course wearing them.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were coming up looking for them because they're asking where they got. People were being asked where they got the hat. So that was really cool. There's Mark. In the background.
How do you do? Did you do all right?
I guess he did all right. We kind of split this space. It was like a whole thing because what happened was the people that were supposed to be here didn't show up. Usually it's a woman that sells jewelry. But I guess she got sick and she let them know ahead of time. So we were over at the Trexperts booth across the hall. But they kind of kicked us out because they got too many like guest stars or something. So they were going to put us in the theater. The Trexperts have their own theater. It's actually called the DeForest Kelley Theater. Trexperts Presents or something. But we thought that was a really bad option. And I was like, hey, there's this empty table. So we negotiated and we got to use that space. So it worked out really well for us to be there because it's right on the main drag, like so parallel to that table.
Yeah, when people were walking to get their
right. If you go left from where Dave's standing, you go right out the door. It's like one row of vendors and then you're out the door. So we're like on the main. That was the main corridor coming in to the vendors room. So it was a good spot. This one I'm sure you got. This is the 33-inch model from Roddenberry, the one that was found. Remember, they lost it and it became found. So here's the 33. Now they were offering a photo op with it without the glass case on it, and it was you and Rod Roddenberry. I didn't get that photo, but a lot of people did. So you can see it looks pretty good, but you can see in this picture they didn't of course fix it up. It's got some hanger racks. Yeah, you can see the 1701 is there. Yeah,
it's
so
wood, right? Is it made out of wood?
I think so. I couldn't really tell, but probably, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's the other side of it. This was in the same room with the Roddenberry archive, and they're still doing some really cool stuff with VR and ships and really cool stuff like that. So this is really popular. So this is back at Factory Entertainment. This was they only had made like 500 of these, I think, something like that. So it's an anniversary edition. You guys probably remember that goes way back. That they had these posters where it was the whole cutaway of the Enterprise. So they had the artist there. He signed it. He would personalize it for you. It was $60. I thought it was pretty reasonable So I got that. And you can see behind it the big one. Now, the big one they're selling, you can go to Factory Entertainment right now and get it. It's 11 feet long.
Oh, my God.
It's huge.
Oh, my God. Where do you put something that's 11
I don't know.
feet
Who's
long?
got – the thing is, the crazy is they want $600 for that. And I'm like, yikes. I don't think I need a $600 poster that I have no place to put. And I don't know if Doc Alexander's on there. I did get you one of these, Doc. So I have it with – and they personalized it because the guy knew you, because everybody knows Doc Alexander, seems like. Gets around. So yeah, it's a really cool poster. It's really awesome. I got to get a frame for it. So this is I got a few of these. This is we had our photo op for our Galileo contributors that are there. There's
how did that go? Looks good.
Adam and Leslie. These are the ones that showed up. We had a few that got the day wrong and kind of were bummed, but I was happy to have this many. The funny thing is there was a group ahead of us trying to get a picture at the same time. And they were the scant group, like the short uniform thing. And there was like 3 of them showed up. And I got to tell you, I'm an open-minded guy, but men should not wear those because the dude was bending over and you could see all the way to Christmas. I'm like, we're all like turning away going, dude, stop bending. Seriously. And he wasn't a young man. Let's put it that way. You should not wear those. Don't wear those. Women fine, men no. And I shouldn't say women. You should have the body for it. Let's be honest. If you're going to wear that uniform. Anyway, there's a bunch of these. I think I'm just going to run through. There's a better close-up one. So anyway. As you see Adam, I got to go back to that. So this is so cool. Let's see. Kind of listen. James Cromwell entering the con.
Is that from Cochran? Okay, we couldn't hear all of that, but that sounded like people were pretty stoked.
Yeah, I mean, what the music was, he was playing Magic Carpet Ride, remember from First Contact. Remember when they won? So you see his thing had the nacelles on it and everything. Yes. And I just happened to walk into the corridor. That was totally luck that I was there at that moment, but that was him coming to the con. And people were going bananas. It was really cool. I wish I kind of regretting that I didn't get an autograph for a photo op with him. But again, apparently that was a very long line. So anyway, I just wanted to play that for you because, okay, I got more pictures. You bored yet? This is like somebody's
I'm not bored. I'm not bored. Why are we jealous? I wish I'd gone.
This is like somebody's horrible vacation slideshow, right? So, sorry.
Maybe a little bit, but I kind of love it. I know. I really am. Like every single year, I'm like, I want to go, and then every year I don't go, and then every year I'm like, I should have gone.
So that's this. There's me and Noelle Wells, who does Tendy.
Yeah.
Okay, she's a sweetheart.
Yep.
And we know this guy. This guy. Like me and Doug Drexler. Now, for some reason, his girlfriend took like 15 pictures, so I'll skip past. Yeah. Now, this is Nicholas Myers, the man, the legend. Myers.
That's someone who probably should have come to visit the set.
Star Trek. This is the guy that wrote and directed Wrath of Khan and Undiscovered Country. So this is really cool to meet him. He did sign my script. So that was on my bucket list that must get. So this is, by the way, you can see Aaron Gray sitting right there. So this is like the Trexperts celeb table. And then you can see behind me, there's some bunch of the celebrity, Nana visitors there. That's how they line them up. So it's another picture of me and him. And I guess me and James Callis. You guys remember Boltar from the 2004 Battlestar? Really nice guy. Chatted with him a bit.
Nice guys. I remember him.
If you like, I'll tell you a great show he's on is Slow Horses on Apple. It's a kind of an MI5 sort of spy show. But he's on it. Excellent show. It was funny because I was talking to him about Battlestar, and I said, because he had a picture of him and Jennifer Helfer, and I said, well, I have this one. And anyway, I'm like, I should have brought it, and I would have had you sign the other side. And I'm like, I follow her. She's still looking good. She still looks amazing. Here we are 20 something years later. And I'm like, you were one lucky man. He's like, looks up, he goes, yeah, I was. He's well aware that he got lucky on that show.
Oh,
But yeah,
that's
he's a
awesome.
really nice guy. This is another picture. Okay, so this is one of my John Eves painting. You guys know who John Eves is.
We know John Eves.
Designed a bunch of spaceships. Amazing artist. He did this. It's a print, but it's on canvas. He did sign it. He was selling them in different sizes. I just had to have this. I loved it so much. Here's the thing about John. If you don't know, he's colorblind. And look at that picture. It's just amazing. He does such beautiful work, and
I did not know he
wants
was
to come up.
colorblind.
Yeah, he might. Yeah, so he's gonna try to come up in September for the Galileo. But he's desperate. Yeah, it was great. If you meet him, he is just such a nice guy. Yeah, he's worked in TV doing, movies for years. He did on Fun for Red October.
He's designed like every kick-ass ship we've ever loved. Well,
yeah, he did I'm pretty sure he did the Sovereign class. I know he did the Shenzhou is his from Discovery, which is actually one of the nicest ship on that show. Yeah, so he's done some amazing work. He did the Phoenix. That's his from First Contact. I have a poster he did last year for that. So yeah, I always talk to him. We chit chat for quite a bit. He's super nice.
Good.
So that was, I got that. Oh, this is so this is where it kind of gets definitely into vacation. So me, Brian, and Dave went to the Caesars to this. This is a steak for $3. You're looking at a $250 steak right there.
Holy crap!
That's just a steak because we had drinks and sides and everything. It was a huge bill. We had an awesome time. We ended up going after this. Do I have any pictures? Oh, I don't know why that's horrible. Peter Ruger's, that's the place. This is at Caesar's Palace. Also, right after this, we went to. I'll see if I can find a picture. Yeah. Okay, this is a good.
Oh, there's the Trexperts.
Yeah, so we went to the show called Absinthe. I'm gonna stop sharing for a minute because
Absinthe.
It's a show called. So really it's like, it's nothing. It doesn't really have anything to do with a drink. It's kind of like a show, like it's like Cirque du Soleil with a burlesque spin to it. It's calm. It has fun. It's funny. But I had a picture. Let me see. Hang on. Dave took a half decent picture. Hope you find it. It is pouring and thundering now. So if I lose power, we may have a short show.
Oh no, we don't have it here. So.
Yeah,
but I want to hear about Galaxy Quest. I want to hear about the reading. So quickly.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. I want to show you the picture because it's cool. What the hell did I do with it? Anyway, it's like acrobatic stuff with a burlesque feel to it. We got discount tickets. Anyway, I won't go into that story since you're not interested. And then I will show you. Let me just go back to I will get to the reading there in a minute. Share screen. Photo. Yeah, so that's there's Dave and Brian on the Trexpert stage with Darren talking about the Galileo. And that was good. We had a pretty good crowd. I'd say there were about 30 people there. So that was kind of fun. I did a good job. Lot of good questions. Of course, when is the TNG bridge going to get built? Always comes up.
I still get that in the email.
It wasn't Dr. Held that asked it. Yeah, Dr. Held was there, but he wasn't in this thing. So, so that's kind of, so then, the reading I did, I did have it. Where are the pictures of that? No. I got to find them. I'm disorganized.
While you're looking, Phil is asking you, how come you didn't take the opportunity to slink up and down Baltar's body the way number 6 did?
Because I'm not gay.
He's disappointed in you, Rizza.
Not gay. Not gay. All right, here I got picked. So every year, like for the last 3 years, Trexperts have put on a show where they do a live reading of something. So the first year they did Plan 9 from Outer Space. They get all these actors and they just sit on stage and they read the script. It's like a radio type teleplay or the radio play. And so the first year they did Plan 9. The second year they did War of the Worlds, and this year they did Galaxy Quest.
What a great choice!
And it was a very good choice. I wasn't originally going to go because they there's the guys doing I don't know, get rid of that. Why is all these people? So that's the group. So you can see there's Todd Stashwick and Terry Farrell. I don't know the guy in the polka dotted shirt, and I don't know the black guy. And the other one's Noel Wells. And then you've got Juliet Landau. You've got James Callis. You've got the guy from Krull. Ken Marshall, non-visitor.
What a lineup!
Next to her is a woman that plays the Captain Freeman.
Rizzo, how come we don't do this at Trek-Conderoga? Because we don't have a script.
Well, you have to ask Darren that question. Or actually, Ashley Miller's the one that really put. And then the other guy in the end is the guy that played Tuvix. So that's the
guy that played Tuvix.
And then so there's the cast, a better picture of them. This woman was the woman sitting there next to Noelle in the yellow there. She's in a full dress. She was the one. All she did was hold up cue cards that said cheer or, whatever for the audience too. So anyway, I got a text from Dave saying, "Hey, do you want to help out in the show?" He's like, "They need a guy to play a security guard. He doesn't have any speaking parts." So I'm like, "Sure." So what I did was it was actually Mark Altman, who's on the far right, and Mark Altman's son, and Ashley Miller, who's the one kneeling there. His son were like the annoying. If you remember in the beginning of Galaxy Quest, when they're at the con, they were playing the annoying, asking the questions like, "Oh, the show's been off for 20 years. You're a bunch of losers," blah blah blah. So then Noelle calls for security. So then I come out and I grab them, and they sold it really good that I was like dragging them out, and that was it. So that was my big 10-second frame. But I got to see the show for free, and I got to hang out with these people like afterwards. Yeah. So that was really cool. Awesome. So that was cool. So that was the show with the Galaxy Quest thing. So yeah, I think that's about. I'm trying to think if there's anything I missed. There were no big announcements. Like I said, this is not a licensed event anymore by Paramount or CBS, so they're not there to. But I heard they didn't announce anything at Comic-Con either in San Diego. So
no, it's been a really chill.
Nothing. It's kind of sad.
A lot of really chill year.
Yeah, it's really a lot of people were talking how sad it was that it was a 60th anniversary and they had nothing new to not only nothing new to announce, but everything is canceled. Yeah. Every show is canceled.
It's canceled.
So nobody knows what's going on. It was a little bit of a shadow, I think, over the thing that nobody knew where Star Trek was headed from this point. We had this rumor they're going to reboot everything, new movie with new characters, yada blah blah.
That's been going on since the new Trek started, really.
Yeah, I mean, since they pretty much canceled. What was the last thing? Once they canceled, pretty much since they canceled Starfleet Academy.
Yeah, but Paramount right now and their big merger is on hold because a judge stopped it for the moment. I don't know what's going on. I should update everyone on that, but
yeah. So I don't know if anybody has any questions for me. If something specific, if I can answer.
It's 70 to 79 all over again. Yeah, it is, Bill. Nothing. Even in the 70s, at least they had the animated series.
We did. Yep. Yep. I mean, there was a lot of cool stuff.
Lower Decks back on the air.
Yeah, I mean, they should have kept Lower Decks rolling. I don't even get it because animated shows are extremely inexpensive to make compared to live action. So I can't believe with the popularity of Lower Decks. And let me tell you, the Lower Decks people were getting the lines. I mean, not all of them had lines and lines, but they were getting more lines than some of the other. Certainly, there weren't that many. I can't think of. They hardly had anybody there from Discovery.
No, that's because they know they're not popular.
Almost none, and I didn't see. There was a trickle. And again, if you didn't know the show and you weren't a huge fan from Starfleet Academy, I guess there was a couple of people. But I would say
first one was Don Lewis. Yeah.
Yeah. So the TNG folks always do well. That crowd, the Frakes and those guys. But I think the next popular were the folks that were doing Lower Decks. I mean, Dave Foley was there. It was like a lot of people that you wouldn't like. I didn't like James Callis. He was apparently in a Star Trek. He was in Picard.
And I was like, like
Dave Harvey did chat with him. I never got a chance to talk to him.
I was like, Dave Foley. That's like kids in the hall.
Kids in, it is Kids in the Hall.
My brain broke.
Yeah. So that, but I guess he did Lower Decks.
Oh, he's done a ton of, he's done a ton of stuff in between.
And of course, our good friend Luna was there.
Of course.
And it was weird because she was like off. She was like separated.
Louise was there.
Yeah. A lot of the people we just had. In fact, France. The guy we just had. I can't think of who was there. All of the people, pretty much everybody we had in June was there. Now, Sandy was there. Nancy Kovac was there. Louise Sorrell was there. Luna was there. What's the name? The black guy we had. I can't think of his name. That played one of the kids.
Yeah, I can see his face. He was so.
Well, that's the other thing. They had all the kids except one from this children's cell lead.
Good.
And then Trexperts did a thing. There. What's that?
Pamela Ferdinand was there too.
Yeah, Pamela was there. She remembered me. So they got all these kids except they only had one that was on the original show. That wasn't there. So they got them all on the Trexperts
Yes,
stage.
his name is Phil Morris. Thank you.
Phil Morris. Yeah, Phil Morris was there. So they got all these kids up. The kid, they're adults. They're all old people now. They got them on the Trexpert stage, and Dave Doctorman, Darren's brother, comes out like the angel. It was, and because they started singing this, they got the cast to sing the song, from the chant, to get the angel to show up. And then Dave Harvey, I tell you, they did some work. He has this bubble machine that does bubbles with smoke inside. So, like, he did that. So when he appeared, it did the whole.
It looked cool.
It was pretty funny. Yeah, it was hysterical. And then there was a guy dressed up as the angel, like just in a cosplay. And I said, he looked better than you. They should have just used him. I always call it the shower curtain outfit because that's what it looks like.
Yeah,
just a shower
that's what it looks like. Yeah.
So not one of my least favorite episodes of all time, but yeah. So really, it's funny we were talking about. It's sad, but in a few years, the only TOS people that are going to be alive are like these kids and like Clint Howard. Clint Howard was there. Yeah, Clint Howard did a really nice promotional stuff for him. He signed some more glasses for us.
Yes, I saw Clint
wearing a t-shirt. He did a t-shirt. Yeah, he wore the t-shirt backwards because that's typical Clint. Because the island of the Galileo's on the back. Yeah. And he was wearing it in the front. So it was that was funny. Sold a lot of shirts. A lot of people were happy. They're like, oh, so I said, even though the Kickstarter's over, even if I wear this shirt, I'm like, yeah, all the money's still going to the project. It's not going into the slush fund or anything. They're like, oh, then I can wear this and actually say that I helped on you. Absolutely.
Yes, you did help. You did help.
So it was. We got a really positive response on the Galileo stuff. A lot of people. I mean, like 3/4 of them were at least aware of it. I'd say, or half of the people that came up were aware of the project. Some of them came up. One of them came up. There's my name on the gold plaque, and there's my wife's name on the gold plaque. They bought separate. They were like the husband and wife competing to get the. I mean, they're like one of them bought that, and they bought. So this woman came up. She's like, I bought this, and then I bought we had the Holy Grail pieces that had the Enterprise piece and the Galileo piece. She bought one of those. So I'm like, I'm not even gonna. You're done. Thank you. You don't need to spend any more money with us. Like you bought enough. I think she ended up buying another hat or a shirt or something.
Oh, good. No, yeah, I'm so glad we're finally getting recognized. Remember the first time we went to Vegas and like nobody knew who we were?
No, I mean, and a lot of them were aware of the set
10 years.
A lot of them were aware of the set tour. A lot of them were aware of the Galileo. Someone had to explain it like literally from scratch, like the whole Galileo, the whole tour, like, where it went, went here, went there. We are going to release. I did a little 4.5-minute video on the history of its travels, very brief kind of thing. That's going to get released. So anybody who was a backer, I think Brian's going to just send the link out to it. And then we'll put it out publicly in a week or two. It's just something to watch. It's not anything special. Just want to read some of the comments here. Captain Phil's the opportunity. Yeah, well, Willy Wonka and actors. So anyway, we're saying, there weren't going to be too many TOS. There's not many left. It's all of them are very, very old. Unfortunately, so sad. But
Tempest Fuji.
Yeah, I can't think. I think that's it. We're going back next year. Already planning on it. So
maybe I will finally get my rear end gear and join you.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it. You can do it inexpensively if you can stay away from the restaurants are all kind of expensive. But a lot of people were going. What people were doing was they were going to Walmart and buying
grab a salad
and shit and bread and whatever and snacks and they would either make
load up your hotel room and you're good.
Bring their own food as much as possible. They do have food in the con. It's kind of expensive. It's not outrageous, but it's not great food either. It's like a hot dog, chicken fingers. It's not. They do this little salads and like cold sandwiches if you don't want like fried stuff. But it's just I would definitely bring a water bottle. I was doing that. I'd go to the hotel, fill the ice. They have the ice machine, and I just drink tap water with the ice. If you fill it up mostly with ice, by the time it melts, it's mostly the ice water, which is filtered. So I do recommend stay at the Gold Coast if you're going to go.
Yeah, I enjoyed the Gold Coast.
It's so much cheaper.
And we were just saying before the show started, I like the restaurants downstairs in the Gold Coast.
There's some decent restaurants in there, and actually I think some of them are better than the ones in the Rio. And I'll tell you, if you really want the Vegas experience, you got to go down to the Strip.
Yeah.
I mean, when we went to Caesars to get dinner and go to that show, I was like, this. Now I feel like I'm in Vegas.
Yeah.
It was a Saturday night. That place was hopping.
Yeah,
I was joking to Brian and Dave. I'm like, what are the two things you don't see here? They're like, what? I'm like, Starfleet uniforms and scooters. People on scooters. So I said, because it's like, but I get it. It's a long walk, especially if you stay at the Gold Coast. You have to go through the oven of outside, go across this literally 8-lane road.
Yeah.
I'm not even making that up.
I remember there being a walkway.
There's a crosswalk. You have to push the button. It's not inside.
Was there an elevated walk? Well, maybe not.
No, not to get. No, you go out of the Gold Coast front entrance, like right where the reception is. Yeah. You go across their little driveway. You go into their garage. You go across the garage. You're out on the street.
Yeah, and then you go across the street.
You go across the street and then into the Rio in the back. And from there, it's pretty much a whole block. It's a good 15. I think somebody timed it. It's about 15 minutes from the Gold Coast to get to the convention center in the Rio.
Bill Luckily, says most of it's big on the cruise. I believe you, Bill. And that's another thing. One of these days, I need to do the cruise.
Yeah, I mean, that's I heard good things about it, but honestly, you won't see as many guests on the cruise as you do, and I guess you do get you get to meet them more. So it's really the experience you want.
It's just a different experience.
The other thing with the cruises, I mean, this is like Star Trek. I mean, you're like Star Trek all day, every day. Whereas the cruises, you're getting off doing.
Yeah, you're doing things where you're doing them with Star Trek people.
Yeah, but you're not going into town with.
You might not go into Bermuda in your costume, like in your Star Trek.
Well, I mean, people I'm sure do it. I mean, whatever. I mean, it's whatever. I don't want to diss the cruise. I'm just not a big fan of cruises because they're floating incubators.
You went on a cruise. You went on a kick-ass Mediterranean cruise.
I did. No, I didn't pay for it.
Alaskan cruise.
No, I did that too, but I didn't pay for that either.
I did Bermuda.
I'll go on them for free if somebody else is paying. I just don't seek them out to be me.
Dear Star Trek cruise, would you like to have some set tour people on with you?
It's all right. My mom
Please.
My mom and dad were the ones paying for that, so they like to take the whole family. So mom wants to do another one. Not that anybody cares, but mom wants to do another one this spring, and we another trip. And I think my brother-in-law was in charge, and we realized that I think we're gonna go rent a house in Hilton Head for a week. Yeah. And I'm all over that because we went on another one of their trips. We stopped at Hilton Head. It was like a tour for a night. And I was like, can we just stay here for the rest of the night? I was like, there's like tiki bars at the pool and a nice, beautiful beach. And
That's right up your alley.
I'm done. Right up your
alley. Jeff is saying that they stayed at Circus, and that was really good.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, that Shatner sang Rocket Man.
Yes, Shatner did sing Rocket Man. Yeah.
Bill did not walk off the stage this year like he did last year. So that was at least that.
So we got that going for us.
I didn't get to see it, but I heard the lower decks panel was really good.
I saw a clip from it. It was awesome.
I didn't get out because I was covering the table, and who was Dave?
Brian
was tied up with
attending. It's hard.
Brian was tied up with the Trexperts most of the time, which is what he goes for. He works there behind the stage. I don't know exactly what he does, but he was. So it was kind of between me and Dave, and to kind of tag team. And I had my stuff to go to that I wanted to get, so I didn't want to leave all the time. And Adam and Leslie Snyder, God bless them, they came and they helped, and they sat behind the table when we needed a break. They were there the whole time. They're so 110% behind this project. Very nice people if you've never met them. So yeah, I think that's about it. I can't really think. I'm sure there's something I'll get off.
You had a whole hour on Vegas, and
I can't believe I did an hour in Vegas. That you're probably bored.
But before we started, he's like, "It might be a short show tonight." I was like, "No."
I forgot I had all the pictures though, and the stuff that like people are interested, because that's what it is. It's like either stuff that's coming out, like Exo 6. I don't know if you guys are aware of those. They make the really super accurate figures. Just the coolest stuff. I mean, I'm not even going down that road because it's like you could go. It's a rabbit hole of figures that you can get that are they're really nice. So there's like that. There's a ton of vendors selling everything from from some props to just like with Mark sells like just bits and things and like oddball, just collectible garbage, pins, that kind of thing. The celebs, trying to think of who else was there that's some clothing manufacturer selling stuff. The alcohol guys are there, the Star Trek wines or whatever it is. So yeah, it's interesting. Max was there, Kaiserman. He was there.
Oh, good. I'm hoping he comes to Trek Ticonderoga. I haven't talked to him yet.
It's supposed to be. He said he's going to.
Okay.
So and he's got his big event at the end of October.
Yeah, and now that you mentioned that, we should go ahead and slot him in the schedule. We just write him in there for a little chat. Yeah,
Mission 60s. I always said that I guess Max was going to be a vendor, but I don't know, they screwed up. Creation's not the best. They're kind of screwy company. So I mean, I have some complaints about how they run things.
They're weird. Like different events are different. Like I've been to a couple of Creation Supernatural events, and those are amazing. Like they're clockwork, but there's only like 7 vendors. You know what I mean? Like it's very limited.
Small. Yeah, I think they do okay overall. I don't think I have a massive complaint. But there's some stuff that they need to improve their autograph system for the bigger names, because everybody complains about it, because they make so there's like they tier everything, so they have like gold level and they have like captain's chair, then like copper.
They do that for Supernatural too, and the gold people are supposed to go first, and then the silver. And
it's the thing is,
you don't know who's been called.
So the thing is, what they do is in the main hall, those people like the gold have like you get to choose your seat, and it's your seat, like a assigned seat for the whole con. And they do it by rows, so they'll call gold rows 1 through 1F through whatever, because it's a big huge hall, and it takes forever and ever for them to get through. And it's like the general admission is like you're like way at the end.
Yeah.
That's why I said like for Linda Park, I went in there and I knew she wasn't going to be hanging around. And it was like 4:00 and she had started like hours before. And I go in there and I look up and they're still on freaking gold. And I went to the guy and I'm like, look, I'm a vendor. Am I ever going to get in here? Because, I paid for this. I had 2 because I had one for Matt, the guy that works for Mark.
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't know. I said, tell you what, I got a photo op, which was the one with Jack Quaid at 4:15. I'll do that. I'll come back. Because photo ops, that I will say, just like us,
they are good at photo ops.
The line moves. Even if it's 1,000,000 miles long, that line cranks. Once they start, it goes. So the guy's like, all right, come find me when you come back. So I did that. I was like, so it was 4:45. And I'm like, I'm back. And he's like, oh, yeah, you're the vendor. He looks at the other girl. He's like, what do you want to do? And the way they have it, they have like a shorter line. And then there's a huge gap. And then there's another longer line. And that's the people waiting to be called for the next group.
Yeah. So he just slid you in.
So he goes, just get online to the short line. He's like, just get online.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Here.
They do that for autographs and photos where they call you up in groups or in sections, or sometimes your tickets are numbered and they'll call you by your number, and it's very stressful because you are like constantly watching or trying to hear.
Well, the thing is, if you have other things, you you bought, like a photo op.
Yeah, and they
You
overlap.
can't sit in that auditorium for 4 hours waiting.
Overlap. At Supernatural, less so because there's fewer of them.
No, there's tons of overlap here. Yeah. I mean, it's just literally, it was a joke because I had the group photo with Enterprise, right? And that was, say, at 11:30. And then I had Linda Park at 11:50. Okay, now Linda Park is in the group photo.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there and I'm like, it's literally 11:50 and I'm still in line and I'm kind of joking. I'm like, well, I'm supposed to be online for Linda Park now, but I clearly don't have to worry about it because she's here. Like, I'm not going to miss it. So that was just a coincidence that it worked out that way. But like the aggravation. So here's my other bitch with Jack Quaid, in case I know we're past the hour. So Jack Quaid had a massively long line, and it said on the thing, Jack Quaid will be signing autographs in the vendor room at his table, which implies that you just get online. There's no order. You get online. They usually take cash. They always take cash, or sometimes they take Venmo and stuff. Okay, fine. So I get online. It's a mile long. This one went out to the hallway the way they had it set up. I'm standing there for half an hour, and then I find out from people talking that you had to buy the ticket through Creation. No cash sales at the table.
No,
you buy it through Creation, and it's sold out.
Oh, Jesus!
You can do it on the phone. That's all they want you to do.
That is the thing. Creation,
but it's sold out. So I'm like, I can't. So I sit here for half an hour for nothing. So then I get off that line, and then that was Saturday. He was supposed to be there only Sunday, but he showed up a day early for whatever reason. So then I'm like, okay. And then if you get online, you look at the website, it would go like sold out, available, like back and forth, like constantly. Finally, I bought the ticket, although I was almost regretting it because I was like, this is gonna be another shit show. And sure enough, well, I went and asked because he had all kinds of photo ops and the panel and everything. And I asked the people at the information desk, I'm like, so when's he going to be at his table? And they kind of look, they should be around 1:45, 1 o'clock. Okay, fine. So I go over there 1:45. He's already there, and there's a line, and it goes around outside the door. And I'm like, well, maybe it's not that bad. A lot of people probably did theirs yesterday. Oh, how wrong I was. It was another, you couldn't see the end of the line thing. And that's when I saw Mickey. And I'm like, is this the freaking line? And I'm like, I don't want to stand on line. And Mickey's like, just deal with this. So that's what I did. Man. Yes, I'm a bad man.
Creation does that. They limit, like, once the gold is sold out, then the silver, and then the copper for Supernatural. And then, there's only so many, but
they sell too many gold. They sell way too many gold, and that's the problem. It's like gold is like up there for 2-3 hours before they get through the ball.
The gold is your seat in the auditorium. Like, that's your seat, and you
get a close. Yes, all weekend long. That is true. That's like, and you get a bunch of included autographs of people you don't want.
Yeah, you get a bunch of people you don't want.
It's usually the people you don't want. So yeah. I mean, there's a guy there. This guy Sven. He's always there. He's a disabled Navy vet. He's in a little scooter. Nice guy. He's always got drinks in his pack, and he's always negotiating with Mark for trading. He's another one that likes autograph trading, and he'll go in there and run the veteran card, and speak in the lines. So sometimes we can vet Sven, go in there and get us these signed. I was at that point. I didn't even care. I was almost at that point. I'm like, I don't care. If you can get this signed, I don't care. I don't have to be there.
Yeah.
So
hey, while we're doing this, Roy will be back this Friday, 7 p.m. I don't know what show he's doing yet, but they're finally back. They've been off on a little hiatus. And Rizzo, do you remember Genesis? Like, when I was in high school, Genesis
I love Genesis.
Like Land of Confusion and all that.
Yeah.
But they've been around for like a million years. They're another one of these bands that's like been enduring forever. Part of their
I was always a fan of the Peter Gabriel era.
Yeah. Like, their lineup include Phil Collins, Peter Gabriel, absolutely amazing. One of the guys in their lineup was Steve Hackett. He was in Genesis from like 71 to 77 or 78. And our friend Phil Markle from Captain Phil's Planet got to interview him. And that interview will be running tomorrow at 4. And again, Friday Night Freeform at 10 p.m. on Friday. He also did Steve Rothery of Marillion. They have a new album out, The Last Wave. Is that the name of the album, Phil? Yeah, I think it is The Last Wave. So if you don't normally tune into Captain Phil's Planet, I highly recommend you do so tomorrow at 4 p.m. for a really great interview. I've been on with Phil a couple times in the past week talking politics and climate change and stuff, and it's always a good time. So yeah,
good stuff. Good stuff.
So
we are off
like
next
a good
week.
time was had by all.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I go back. The only bad thing about it was my flight home,
Got screwed up.
it was I got canceled because of weather in Philly, so I got stuck in the Philadelphia airport for literally 6-7 hours before I got a flight out to back to Manchester. So I didn't get home till 1 a.m. But it could have been worse. I could have got stuck because a lot of people were getting stuck overnight in Philly. Because I did overhear the airline guy saying there's no hotels, there's no rental cars, there's because everybody was trying to get out that way, and I'm like, thank you, Max Kaiserman. He did offer me a place to stay because he lives in Philly, and he was getting in about the time that I was flying out.
Good
so yeah. So thank you for that. And
Russell
Myers offered me something, but he was in New York. Of course, it wouldn't help me much, but he was.
That airport was the scene of 12 Monkeys? Yeah, I guess it was.
Was it? I didn't know. It felt like it. Ooh, it was
pandemic. All right, guys. Thank you
so
that's
always that's flying these days sucks. Flying out, everything went like clockwork. So it's always coming home with me. It's always coming home. I have all the issues.
That's the better direction to have problems, I think.
Yeah. So anyway, all right, guys. We won't see you next week. I got dirt days, but the week after that, I'm sure we'll come up with something. So give us some ideas of what you want. I'm sure we'll give more updates on what's going on in Thai as we find out. So we'll say goodnight, live long and prosper, and may the force be with you always. Good night.